Well, let's see if we can light this on fire. Uh-oh. Alright, well, I slept on it. I don't really know what I want to do with this truck yet. I kind of think I need to tear into this engine, see if it's fixable. I was able to find most of the parts I'm going to need on Rock Auto. I also found this is not a 345, I think that's the number. I think it's a 304 because the push rods are different now. So they have, the 345 has push rods that are this style here on both ends. The 304 has this on one end. And I don't know if I did this. Well, obviously I did this part, but I don't know if I'm the one that bent these or if this is why they parked it. But those two valves are completely stuck. I smacked on them a few times with a hammer, and they do move down. Well, now that I got them down, I can't get them back up. So I'm thinking I could probably pull the intake, and I may as well pull both heads. I'm going to be that far into it. See if I can free those two valves up, make sure the rest of them are all free. They all move good. I put a pry bar, they all move good. But my real deciding factor is how this is going to clean up. Today's probably not the best day to be doing a cleanup because, if you can see by these other vehicles out here, everything's frozen. But I do want to wash this thing up to see how good or bad a shape it is. So far it looks good to me, but I got to looking at it more last night. It looks as though there's Bondo in this whole cab piece there, all through up here. I'm gonna say it's had paint work done because this darker green is flaking off and there's a different green under, so it must have been repainted. There was also some sort of a, I don't know what the heck that would have said on the hood. If I have to, I can always prep the top and we'll just go some body line and paint it black or white, or maybe we'll do like an old Chevy thing, come down here to this line and we'll just repaint the top, because the rest of it looks good. You can look underneath here. It's not, I've definitely seen worse, but it looks like all these are all intact. Little cab rust there. Well, let's go look at the other side. Other than that, bed's in good shape. Some rust on that. On this fender, must have been the way it was sitting, but this has got more surface rust. It's not that bad. I don't think there's that many holes in it. Like I say, the cab corners are really good. Got to fix the doors. I don't have keys. Little there. The top of this side does not appear to have Bondo. It does have good old Pacific Northwest grass on it. Let's get that off. It looks good and solid. That's rust from who knows what. There's rust here, which that's doable. Looks like there was some water running in here at some time. Oh, that's rusty there. I don't know what the floors look like, because I don't know if I want to attempt pulling that out and look. And it doesn't look like there's any dents. I think we're going to clean this thing up first. I'm going to set the valve covers back on the engine, set the air cleaner back on it, just so things don't get intentionally wet in there. Pull this out of the cover with the tractor, and we're just going to get the power washing lightly. We'll go get the tractor. That power wash didn't do anything. I don't even know if scrubbing is going to do anything. But give her a shot. Alright, well, I'm just going to give it a bath. Maybe we'll try buffing the paint, see if that helps. Otherwise, it'll just look like an old dirty truck when I'm done. Alright, I found something that worked. I went and dug out my ultra fine, I don't even Scotch Brite. I don't know what number this is, but it does say ultra fine. And it's actually taken a lot of that out. It looks so much better. Now I'm actually starting to like the truck again. Not as mad at it. And even that look in the hood I like. Now it just looks aged and not just dirty. Here's a good before and after. Well, it looks like I'm going to be out here for a couple more hours. I'm going to see how clean I can get this exterior, and then I know it's supposed to start raining, so I need to hurry up and get this done. Well, this thing cleaned up a whole lot better than I expected. I still don't know whatever sticker they had or whatever this was up here, and it wasn't even centered on the hood. I think was also on this rear fender here. You can see it was about the same length, but other than that I didn't spend a lot of time. Like, I didn't do any of this area. I did the fender, most of it. I didn't do anything on the tailgate. Still has hours and hours left to clean up, but I don't know, but there's definitely some pinholes here and here, and I'm wondering if somebody just saw there was pinholes and just smeared Bondo over it all, because the Bondo's not really thick except for, I think right there's the thickest. We'll deal with that if we can get this running. So let's we're gonna dig into this motor. We're gonna find out what's actually wrong with it. Well, I guess let's start with pulling the carburetor intake. I just want to see what's good left on this thing. Throw everything in the bed. Should probably disconnect the battery. Get rid of the spark maker. The intake looks like it's going to be heavy. This hose is out of the way. Good coloring rusty water. Okay, get that big old thing out of the way. Pretty gross inside of there. Well, I'll get the housing off mainly because it's going to be lighter weight. Look at that. Old rusty but trusty there. Yeah, that wasn't the worst thing I've done. I only had to chisel one just to get it broke free, and then it came out. So let's see if we can pop this now. Yeah, I got one more. I think I had to chisel that one too. No, that one doesn't want to move. Yeah. Smack the hell out of it. Bet you it comes off. Oh, shoot. I just saw that too. Must be a vacuum kick down. Yep. Alright. Oh my god, that's heavy. Okay, well, here we go. I think this can go on like a 3,000 pound diet. God. Alright, well, let's get this cleaned up and get that pan out of there. Alright, I think it looks good down in there. That looks decent except for the shit that I dropped in there just now. We'll get that cleaned out. I got a little distracted. I pulled that radiator out just to kind of look, and that rusty sludge coming out. So now I want to pull the water pump off, see what kind of condition this unit's in. I got it pretty much ready to go. It's almost impossible to get these bolts out in here. You must have like this ultra thin socket. Now, like I said, I don't know how long this truck's been sitting for sure. Tagged in 2006, but that sometimes doesn't mean much. If you have it sitting in a place that has a HOA, you got to have it tabbed. And the way this looks like it's been sitting a long time. Oh, Jesus, that's heavy. Oh yeah, yeah, she's rusted solid. I mean, it's even falling apart. Let's take a look down in there. Oh man, I hope the inside of the engine doesn't look this bad, because this may not be something I want to put this much money into in this engine. I might be able to find something different, but I still want to pull these heads off. Let's see if a head's heavier than the intake. I didn't even check how many miles are on this thing. Come on, fucking heavy bastard. Oh my God, that is heavy. Okay. Uh-oh. That's not good. I think I found the problem. Well, let's see how badly we the pistons. Huh. I don't think I've ever seen a piston that shape before. But here's some more valve, and valve out of the other one. Okay, well, the piston doesn't look all that bad. It has a little where it might have met one of them valves, but yeah, it's a strange shape there. Awful, pretty gross looking, but the cylinders look good themselves. There's some, this one's got some pretty hefty scarring on it though. Okay, I'm gonna wrestle this thing out, and we're gonna go check this thing out on the bench. Well, there it is in all of its glory. I am going to say that is old brake. These must have been broke when I got this truck, because some of this looks a little fresh, but that's definitely an old brake right there. I think that's a little more than I want to put in money-wise to this motor. I'm not saying it's not worth it. I just know it's very difficult for international parts to be sourced. I don't know the condition of the heads. Looks like this port looks like it's been plugged. This one's partially plugged. I don't even know what the other side looks like. I am gonna pull the other side. I am curious. That's just how I'm built. If anybody needs international, I want to say it's a 304 motor parts, I guess message me, because I'm not going to do shit with this stuff. But let's go pull the other head. I want to see the condition of that. I'll clean up the cylinders. I did see scarring in one cylinder, but I'm still very curious. I want to see what the other head looks like. This one is just unfortunate, and you can see that crust built up down in there, and we don't know what the rest of this all looks like. Where's the exhaust ports at? Oh yeah. All these ports are pretty crusty and rusty. I'm actually really surprised it even ran. It didn't run very good, but it ran. Did get it to run and smoke. So I'm gonna get this other head off and then we'll check it out. This head looks actually really good compared to this one. This one actually had water come out of the jackets. This one had no water at all in the jackets, which kind of makes me think that this head might be cracked somewhere in here, just because of how bad that looks. The cylinders, though, they look really good. This one cylinder has the start of something, but I think that could be polished out. But you can still see all the, it all looks pretty good. This one's got some little bit of scarring there. This side over here, this cylinder for sure has some scarring in it, but it's not deep. I think you can hone most of these out. Real quick, we should check the mileage. I never checked out the mileage. I really didn't even look at the interior of this thing much. Alright, well, it says 59,650. I mean, possible, but I don't know. I mean, it doesn't really have the wear and tear that you would normally think. I think it's sat a long time. Everything in here seems pretty seized up. The choke is seized up. I think that might be push button start. If you push too hard, it sticks. None of the heat's, oh, that one worked. I don't know if that works or if it's broke. So this is where I'm going to end this video. Stay tuned. I will be bringing this back out. I have another plan. I just got to see if this other motor runs. So thanks for watching.